You look good.
Okay, this is a tough, tough, tough day 5 out of 5 water day fast. And Dr. Clapper, this morning I did not want to get out of bed. Not at
Yep.
all. I wanted to blend
Yep.
in with my comforter and my mattress. And I only got out of bed because I want to continue recording my progress so that somewhere in the future, if anybody wanted to try this, they knew. But you know, I every day that I wake up, I feel very energized and want to start my day. I woke up at I went to bed. I didn't want to take lots of naps yesterday, but I wanted to go to bed like at a time where I could maybe sleep the night through. So I went to bed like around 10. I woke up at 2. And usually that means get to the office, get to work. But this time it was like, you're going back to bed. And I became one with my mattress. And I got out of bed at 7:30 because I thought that I was doing the fascation support group at 7:30, but there was a calculation problem. And I just stayed in bed. And I have been trying to push my way through. And I just said, no, I just need to go take a nap. And I took about maybe an hour nap before I came on. So
Sweet. Oh, yeah, you're so great for this project that we've done. You've done exactly the usual course here for a woman with your body configuration, and everybody, there comes the point, we only have so much reserve in our bodies, no matter who you are. And there comes a
yeah,
point where everybody gets to a point where their body says, that's it, we're taking this as far as we can.
yeah,
And fasting is, real water fasting like we're doing, really is to push that envelope, to walk up to that edge, and see what your body has, in the way of reserve. And you're clearly getting to that point, and your body's telling you that, and it knows every calorie is precious, and it's telling you, you get into conservation mode, just lay back, relax, breathe, metabolize. That's all you need to do today.
yeah.
And you were wise enough to listen to it. You were, again, for your viewers, Lily was wise enough to block out this time. She doesn't have to run to the airport to pick up a friend or, do anything with the
No
outside
driving
world.
today. Let me tell you, no
No
driving
driving
today.
today, absolutely. This is serious business. So good for you. And this is exactly what's supposed to be happening. I'm surprised not one whit. And this is not bad. It's a good thing. And but again, and now, so as the doc here, anything we have to do right now? Do we need to break the fast right now? So I'll ask the classic 3 questions. Any nausea to the point of vomiting at this point?
You know, I would think that a couple of times I felt queasy, but that's it.
Okay, that's about it.
So,
Yeah.
so I would say not really.
Okay. Pounding headache, like you want to reach for your revolver? No,
Not at
nothing like
all.
that.
Nope, not at
Okay.
all.
And are you getting really lightheaded when you stand up?
Not really, because I follow
Good.
the Dr. Clapper protocol of sitting on the side of my bed,
Okay, good.
letting the blood
Okay.
go
All right.
through my head, and yeah, no, I've been
Okay.
very
Lovely.
careful to go.
Good.
Now, I will tell you that if I take 2 or 3 steps, my heart starts pounding, and
You
so
bet
it's
it
like
does.
any exertion of any kind, I start feeling
Good.
the thump, thump, thump,
Yep.
and I know I can hear you. You've become like my Jiminy Cricket. So I can hear you in my head, in my head, and I know to calm myself down that this is normal, that this is normal.
Excellent. Yes, it is. Um, okay. And we're where we should be at this point. We can check your pulse. We're kind of at the end of the day here, but well, it's kind of academic. But let's just check it just for the fun of it, for the physiology, and let's see where we're at here. Let me get my timer up here. Okay, you got your pulse there?
Yes.
Okay, at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Stop.
13 or 14.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Impressive. Right. So it's about 56 to 52. Lovely. Wow. So your body's really.
I was 76 earlier.
Uh-huh.
And while I was
Right.
in bed, when I said, I just need to go to bed, and then, I don't know if it had been 5 minutes or so, but it was about
Mhm.
76. So it's calmed down a little bit more.
Lovely. Great.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's well down. That's a lovely, slow, resting pulse. Your body knows to not waste calories unnecessarily.
Hmm.
So I couldn't be happier with where we are on this day 5.
Yes.
So uh, assuming that you want to finish out the day, and you've already won the game here, but assuming you want to do that,
No, I
uh,
am in it to win it.
all
At,
right,
at
very
this
good.
point, okay, Dr. Klaper, you have suggested in our past shows that we've done that you do a 1 day fast and then you do a 2 day fast and you build up and you slowly build up. I went for broke. So I just said, I'll do a day fast 1 day at a time for 5 days. And so this is the, 1 day would have been the longest I've gone. But at this point, I've gone too far in. I mean, unless something happens that, I'll text you or I'll call you or say, hey, this
Mhm.
is what's happening. This is new or different. I think I'm just going to lay in bed. I'm going to let the day
Good.
5 just pass me by
That's exactly how
like
to
a bad
play it.
year. It's like New
Okay.
Year's Eve.
Right. But that's exactly what you should do. But also, you're in this remarkable state. You've not eaten solid food for 5 days. You're clearly in a state of ketosis. You don't have much of an appetite, and you're in this conservatory state here. It's a wonderful thing because inside your body, on a cellular level, there are enzymes gearing up. There are cellular debris cleaning out. The immune system is resetting itself. Wonderful changes are happening, even though you're just going to be laying in bed this afternoon and thinking nothing is happening. A whole lot of wonderful things are happening that you've earned, that you've uh, climbed to this plateau. And it's going to be fun to see you tomorrow because you get the reward tomorrow. Usually, when you have that first glass of vegetable broth and a couple of watermelon chunks and that potassium and the glucose surges through your tissues. Oh, whoa! It's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. You're really going to enjoy that. But your body, it's going to be a different body tomorrow. It already is. You're a different biochemical creature than you were 5 days ago. That's for sure.
Mhm.
And look at the remarkable accomplishment. You've not eaten solid food for 5 days. You're feeling okay, and you're in an excellent state here. I'm very pleased the way things are going.
Thank you.
So, yes, take it easy. Do you have to walk upstairs to get to your bedroom, or
No,
are
no,
you
no, no.
on the same floor in
One floor.
your house there, or you're
Hold on a
yeah,
second. Hold on a second.
okay?
Let me
Okay,
walk.
I'm thrilled. Any thoughts or observations or questions? Any
Yes,
thoughts or questions
yes.
or
I have
observations?
some
Go
questions
ahead.
for you. What
Sure.
is autophagy? Autophagy. Autophagy.
Right. Awesome. Right. In that word, I'm a big fan of medical words, of all kinds of words. Phagos means to eat. To phagocytize is to eat. Your esophagus, esophagus. Phagus means to swallow. Okay. Auto means yourself. And so autophagy means eating yourself. And that's what happens, but it happens on a cellular level. As the years go by and the sugars we eat and the fats we eat and all this stuff, little fragments of those things will build up in the cell. You get oxidized lipids and oxidized starches and debris in the various parts of the cells. And during this time, boy, your body's saying, hey, man, no more calories are coming in. Let's look around. What can we throw into the metabolic furnace? And your cells look for these hunks of scrap DNA and starches and fats that they can throw into your Krebs cycle enzymes and your mitochondria to burn for energy. So that's what's happening. And in the source of that, your cells wind up cleaner. You eat up all this debris. You throw it in the furnace there. And so it's again, it cleans you on a cellular level, and all the wonderful water you're drinking flushes through it and helps that clean out happen. It's a remarkable state that we don't get when we're eating on a daily basis. But autophagy is a good thing.
Thank you for that explanation. Then the next question is, I am already preparing for that moment that I have my first chunk of watermelon. And
Yes.
I know that
Sure.
we're on a different time zone, and we meet like around 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time. I don't know if I could wait that long. So what is the, how should I eat
for tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning? So how can I break fast?
Okay. So get up in the morning, and in fact, it's up to you, but ideally someone will bring you your watermelon and your broth, so you don't have to go to the kitchen to get it. But if you have to, great. But I would come. You can do it at the table, but just, some people do it sitting out, some people do it in bed. You get you start with the glass of broth, and you can do this 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, whatever. But we want to get those electrolytes into your bloodstream. So you take a mouthful of broth, put the glass down, mix your saliva, rinse your microbes there, and swallow it down. And wait a minute or two, and take another big mouthful, put the glass down, and swallow it down. Take a good hour to go through that first glass of broth. Okay, don't chug-a-lug it down.
How many ounces is that first glass?
Oh, a good 12 to 16 ounces.
12 to 16.
A good tall glass of vegetable broth consumed slowly over an hour. There's nothing physiologic about chug-a-lugging 16 ounces of potassium into your system all at once, and that's for your viewers. Okay, so easy. I think a good hour to just sip that broth down. And then once that's down and in, then it's watermelon time and melon time. So then cut it up into bite-sized chunks and put one in your mouth and put the fork down and get ready.
You're reliving your own
experience. Oh, I've seen it so often. It's ambrosial. It's really remarkable. Some folks will do it with watermelon juice, watermelon celery juice if they don't want the chunk. But the watermelon chunks work pretty well. So and just enjoy it for the next hour. You have a nice big bowl of it, and just easy does it, one at a time. Don't wolf it down there. But now some folks, they would say start off with a small bowl of watermelon. You can have a second serving later on in the day. But your very first serving should be a modest-sized bowl. There's something called the refeeding syndrome, and if you put in a whole lot of sugar all at once, it can lower phosphorus levels and things like that. So start out, have that glass of broth, have a modest bowl of melon chunks, and then close your eyes and sit back and enjoy how good you feel and this remarkable thing that you've accomplished. Then, in an hour or two, you can, finish off the rest of the bowl there. But you slowly work your way back into the world of the eating. And I would do mostly just watermelon chunks and broth tomorrow. Okay. The next day, you can move on to either steam vegetables. You can steam some zucchini squash or some summer squash of various types, and cut it up into chunks. You can boil them, but they're mostly water cubes there. You can do a blended squash or a clear broth soup. That vegetable broth that you've been sipping tomorrow. You can turn into soup, throw in some really sloppy wet kale and greens in there a little bit. No heavy starches, no potatoes, nothing like that. Okay. But a light vegetable brothy soup would be okay on day 2.
I'm planning on broccoli, kale, spinach with some onion. Is that good?
Lovely. Very nice. Okay. Very nice.
Easy for me to throw it in the pot and let it boil, and I'll probably do that today and then leave the kitchen.
You got it. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Okay, and, so day 7 would be the vegetables in the broth. Soup.
Yes, right.
I can puree them and eat them.
Yes, you can. Absolutely. Just eat it as a clear broth soup. And you can have some watermelon. These are all additive. And if you want something sweet later in that day, you can have some more watermelon chunks. And by day 3, because this has been a brief fast, had you done a 3-week fast, this would be a much more prolonged, drawn-out refeeding. But it's only been 128 hours or so.
Only.
Only. Easy for you to say, Doc.
But it hasn't been bad today, day 5. I was surprised because isn't day 5 the day that the stem cells are released from my bone marrow and all these wonderful things are happening? And it could be that I have been living such a busy life that perhaps my body says, you really need to catch up. And even while I was doing the fast, I still had to prepare for the classroom. I still had to prepare, for, respond, because I own a marketing company. I own, I still needed to stay a little close to it. I did my blog. I mean, there's so many different things that I did. And yesterday and today, nothing. Tomorrow, nothing. Monday, I do have Jason Stevenson, but that's okay. He's a regular. So
you're fasting from work, and you need to. It's a fast with a capital F. You're just fasting for this right now. Your body, your life needs it. It's okay.
I feel like I've taken some form of drug to calm me down.
Yeah, you have.
I don't take drugs.
Chemistry is very different.
Yeah. I don't. I've never really been. Like some people smoke pot, and I've never been that way. I don't like to lose control in my mind. Now, I will drink occasionally, but I haven't drank any alcohol in the last 3 months while I'm writing my book, because I feel like an expectant mother, and expectant mothers don't drink. But this has changed my perspective on food and how it's almost like every lie that I've been told about a fast metabolism and Dr. Furman comes on and says, no, you want, and I just didn't get it until now, that you want low caloric intake, you want high micro and macro fiber, foods, and you also don't want your metabolism to be fast. And what do we hear all the time? Speed up your metabolism, speed up your metabolism. I feel like I've just gone, whoop.
Yeah.
That's right. I could probably survive in the 60s, just real smooth.
Yeah. Absolutely. But, I have to laugh. They have these TV reality shows, and they drop these people, these survival shows, they drop them into the forest, and within a day or so, they say, oh man, I got to get some protein. Oh, I got to go find a lizard. Got to bite the head off a frog here. I got to get some protein. The truth is, if they would just find a stream and sit down and build a little shelter for themselves and take out a good book and just sit there and drink, they can go weeks, the truth of it is, without eating anything. It doesn't make for very exciting television, so it won't happen. But you know something that they don't know. There's no need
Absolutely.
to have protein. No, not at all. Your body really looks after us. It's a remarkable thing. You weren't even that hungry or uncomfortable with it.
Yeah,
it's a remarkable state. Remarkable state.
Yeah, and it's caused me to think about food disorders, because even though I didn't have a food disorder, I felt I had to eat because of hypoglycemia. I also take lots of supplements. I also take little things that to help my body. But today, as I was weak and laying in body, I'm down to 110. So
yes,
I've released all this weight, but I know that the moment I eat that watermelon chunk, that weight's going to come back. Yeah.
You bet it is.
I'm going to be like an inflatable raft. But although I've never had, I never diet. If I am over my weight limit, what I do is I look at what I'm eating. Okay, what am I eating? And then I eliminate that, and when boom, the weight goes down. And so I know enough about nutrition. But here's what I didn't know, that I had an unhealthy relationship with food, because food was what woke me up. Food was what I did when I was bored. Food was what, although I made the good choices. So today, as I'm laying down and I'm weak and I'm not hungry. Still on day 5, I'm not hungry, where I would have been eating like every 2-3 hours. And I said, I could see how some people could develop anorexia because you
Absolutely.
really don't realize that you're hungry. And I don't know. I mean, and on homelessness and not being able to eat. And I've been going like, okay, I choose not to eat right now because I'm going through a purposeful fast. But people who
Right.
are going through this, it breaks my heart that, that they don't have a choice. It's, like the person who is homeless looking for their next meal, that their next meal is going to be Frankenfoods, or someone who's anorexic who looks
Mm-hmm.
at themselves in the mirror and sees themselves fat, and in fact they're bone, skin and bone. And so I've just been like, all this processing has been going through my mind where I would have never thought of that, Dr. Klaper.
What a wonderful process. How good that this has opened up this doorway in your mind and your spirit to even to look at that, to fully
Yeah.
be with that.
To
We're
understand.
oh, mindless eating is a trademark of our society. We spend all day, man, shoving stuff in our mouths. We're driving the car and reading. We're talking on the phone reading. It's just mindless shoveling that we do. And here, ooh, boy, you got off that train. And you're just standing in the station watching that train go by saying, that's not me, really.
Yeah.
That's not who I am. I can choose beyond that, but that's not really who I am. I have power here. And how
Yeah.
wonder
Yeah.
that
I
you
have
experience.
choice.
You
Yeah.
do.
I have
That's
choice.
the
And
key.
and
Absolutely.
and so I just again, I'm just so grateful to you, Dr. Clapper. And
Uh,
if anybody, because these videos are being posted on YouTube and Facebook on my 90-day challenge to self-love, because I was trying to choose where to put it. I wanted to make this privately on
mhm,
my, normally people see all my stuff at Lillian's radio
mhm.
show on Facebook, but I really wanted this to be a private moment. And
Uh-huh.
although it's on YouTube, but
You and me and 20 million others. That's fine. It's
what was
everything
I
but that.
thinking? That's fast brain. After I
21st
said it out
century.
loud, it just didn't. But
Right.
anyway, what I'm saying is that if anybody else wanted to do this with you, would they be able to do it? Are you going to be setting yourself up to guide and coach people via internet, or like you're doing with?
Right. Yes. Yes, I will probably be doing that. I'll invite people to go to my website, drklaper.com,
Yeah.
and look on the contact page. And if they want to do a fast, I'm not committing to it. This is
This is,
it's,
you have to
it's
choose
delicate.
who you. Yeah, like
But
I was the.
if
Yeah.
anyone's desperately interested, let me know, and we might be able to work something out.
Yeah, because with me, I'm healthy. I'm pretty healthy, but I'm
Yes,
having.
that's the point. That's why I took it on.
Yeah, you
And
took me on. You have to
right.
measure. Yeah.
But if you had kidney problems or lupus or whatever, and it's I wouldn't have been so agreeable to manage you long
Yeah.
distance. It's
Yeah.
one thing when I have the person right in front of me there. So, but I would be open to particular people. But again, I can't supervise thousands of people on doing
No.
water fasts here either. So, but if someone has a sincere interest, I'll invite them to go to my website and contact me through the contact page.
Yeah, you have been very thorough, and all the videos of our fast are on YouTube, and you can just go to whenyouneedafriend.com, click on my YouTube channel, and there they are. Dr.
Mhm.
Clappers, I titled it, so I separated them
Good.
under my fast blog, basically, because this has been, I never, ever, ever thought, Dr. Clapper, starting this was going to be all about not eating
Hmm.
food,
Hmm.
and what that, and I had this healthy apprehension, like
Hmm.
everybody told me
Sure.
I couldn't do it, and I'm not doing
Right.
this for anybody else at this point, because
Right.
I could give a flip if anybody thought I could do it or not do it. There
Hmm.
was something that my body was calling me to do this for a long time, and it wasn't
Hmm.
until you said, okay, I'll do this with you. But I'm telling you right now, without your guidance, without your supervision, I don't think I would have made this, made
Right.
it through. So I'm really so grateful to you.
Right. And you're most welcome. And again, I would urge people to, if you really want to seriously do one, then go to Dr. Gracie in Ohio, go to Dr. Sabatino in Florida, go to Dr. Goldhammer in California. There are fasting centers where people who are experienced and can guide people who really have medical needs for fasting.
That's great.
One last thing,
Yes.
regarding tomorrow, you're the video producer here, but whether if this is your only video setup, you might want to bring your broth and your watermelon in with you here and do it in front of the camera. Or
Chronicle my first meal. Yeah.
Or bring your laptop into the bedroom. If you're going to do it late in bed, bring your laptop in there and just record it as you take that first drink and as you have the first watermelon, and so you can share your experience and what that's like. Your viewers, I think, will enjoy that.
1 hour of Lillian eating broth.
Indeed. But just look at your face, just see your impressions will be wonderful to record.
Yeah, I will do that. I will do that instead of having my first meal. Like I remember, 5 days ago, telling you that the day before my fast, I made myself some creamy mushroom soup, but it's vegan. Right. It's all whole food, organic, and it was so delicious. And I thought my husband was going to eat it all during the fast, and he's left a whole bunch of it for me. But because it has coconut milk, also has it has onions and mushrooms. But the one thing that is not whole food, but it is chickpea. Because in order to make it thick and creamy, you need to add a flour, but it's chickpea flour. Right. That's something I can't have right away.
I wouldn't have it right away. Maybe on day 3 you can throw it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I will do that. Is there anything else you need to tell us that perhaps maybe I didn't ask you for?
Let's see. Some people, their colon gets active after that first meal. Sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay. We'll talk about that.
When you say active, explain that. Do you get diarrhea?
Just sometimes some people, have to go to the bathroom and empty their colon. Their colon's been quietly getting ready for that, waiting for that cue from the upper GI tract that, hey, we're taking food in here. You need to make some room down below. And it's called the gastrocolic reflex, and it empties the colon there. Some folks don't have bowel movements for 2 or 3 days afterwards. That's okay. By the end of day 3, we want some action there. We'll have folks just eat some soaked prunes by day 3 if they haven't had a bowel movement by then. Okay. But I don't think that'll be an issue for you.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens because I've entered this whole experience without expectations.
Good.
And today's probably been my most tired. But, I get these bursts of energy that come. Right. My husband brought me some fizzy water when I sat here because I walked here, my heart was beating, and he goes, you didn't have your lunch today. And I'm like, okay. So
Remember lunch? Yes, that kind of lunch, right.
I skipped my breakfast today. I've just been drinking water. So.
You're good at it. Fizzy lunch.
Thank you, Dr. Klaper. I really appreciate it.
So when I see you tomorrow, you'll have already broken down. Unless I tune in early, I'll be there with you.
If you want to.
What time? What time do you think?
Let's talk about that. So let's say goodbye with viewers and followers, and then hopefully Dr. Klaper can be with us when I take my first sip of broth. And how wonderful that you want to be there for me. So, so I'll say goodbye for now. And I thank you.
Hold on. 8 a.m. tomorrow. When are you going to take your first drink of broth tomorrow? When are you going to break it?
Yeah, I'll probably. I don't know. I wonder if I can wait till 1, but I doubt it.
No, I'm saying whatever you call it, 8 a.m., 9 a.m. I'll tune in. I'll get up early.
8 a.m. Well, that's real early for you.
That's 5 a.m. for me, but I'm up anyway at 5, so not a problem.
You see? All right. I have everything I've said about you. Every time I write anything about you, I say, such a kind, gentle man. So,
I want to be here for this one.
Let me end the recording, and then we'll talk, okay? Well, I'll see you guys, and
I'll see you tomorrow.
And and all the other places that we are broadcasting from. So see ya.